So, hello everyone. Welcome to the technical session of the HUB Metaverse Innovation Challenge, which is the hackathon that the HUB is hosting on techFiesta. And basically, today's technical session, we had the ideation section last week. And we also had our the introductory session also. And the goal of this session basically is to actually introduce, the dev to DCL edit. And this hackathon started on the 25th of September and it's going to end submission deadline is October 19th, which is about 15 days from now. So I am so excited to have Gabriel on the call, Oswaldo, and also Jonathan Luback on the call. Please, guys, can you just do a quick introduction, and so we can just go into what you have for the developers today. Jonathan, can you hear me? Gabriel, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll also turn on your camera also. I think that will be so important. So yeah, thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, I'm Jonathan. Yeah, I'm unfortunately don't have my camera up right now, so I can't turn it on. So sorry for that. Yeah, but I'm part of the Metagame Hub for the hub, how is it called now, for almost 2 years now, or probably 2 years now. I'm the main developer, lead developer, and the starter of Decentraland. So yeah, Decentraland is the tool for Decentraland where we build worlds with. Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much for that quick introduction. I'm Gabriel.
Hello, so I'm Gabriel. I make part of the hub as a software developer. I have been on the hub for almost 2 years, and I am in charge of mostly the Meta Explorer app and smart contracts development.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gabriel, for that. And Oswaldo, are you there? I really don't know.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please, can you just do a quick introduction?
Sure. Hi, my name is Osvaldo Mantilla. I'm the main developer behind the avatar generator. I've been with the hub around a year and a half. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the quick introduction. So I guess you already have a slide and maybe a walkthrough for the technical session. If you have a question, developers, if you have a question, please use the chat section. The goal, let me just quickly reiterate, and I think it's very, very important that I say that the goal of this hackathon is actually to, invite innovators to participate in the Metaverse Innovation, challenge by they using looking for innovative solutions that enhance capabilities on Decentraland. So they're using DCL, the decentralized edit, containing all the edit components to design and simplify workflow when developing the decentralized SDK. So there are, the problem statement, you can go to, I will drop, I'm sure you must have seen this on the Telegram channel, but then you can go to the landing page to read all of the things needed. The documentations are on the page. What are the rewards in USDC? First place go on with $1,500 value. Second place 1,000 value, and the third place is 500, value. And all of the participants will receive an HUB times techFiesta Hackathon participation token. So actually, this is an opportunity for you to ask the dev team question after they're presenting, or maybe even while they are presenting. So look forward to an interesting session while I yield the mic to Jonathan, Gabriel, and Oswaldo. So I don't know who want to go first, but just let me know. I could share your screen and other stuff. So thank you very much, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, I can go first. So I hope this should be the correct stream. Can you see my screen?
Sure, perfect. We can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, so in front of you, you see Decentraland. This is, as I said, a tool to build scenes for Decentraland. So just to give you a quick idea how it works, Decentraland usually uses code. So you have this main game.ts file, and then whatever you write in here. So if you want to add a new entity, you need to write const e equals new entity and so on. So this is a lot of work to do. What Decentraland does is it gives you a user interface, basically this thing. And here you can also place entities, but in a visual way, placing them on the ground. You can move them around. You can also give them some components. So if you work with Decentraland before, you know of the entity component pattern. So basically, you place any entity into the world. You can give it a transform component to set position, rotation, and scale. And you can give it other components, for example, the GLTF shape component, which gives it a shape, basically a visual representation of an GLTF file. So in here, the card, this is just a GLTF file. It's from the asset browser. You can find it down here somewhere. But this is not what this session is about, but we want to create new custom components that we can add here. So currently we have a lot of built-in components. I also do have some custom components set up already, but we are going to write a new one. So the idea for today is we just want to quickly take you through the process of making these barrels basically just jump up a bit when you click on it. So the way to go is basically use the documentation. And I would totally recommend it. We have the edit documentation on the website dieseledit.com/install guide. And we also have the specific documentation for the custom components in here as well. And I am going to post both of those links into the chat right now, so you can follow along and save those links for later. Now, the basic structure of a component looks like this. If you are familiar with Decentraland, you will already recognize this kind of structure. So basically having a add component tag over a class will create a Decentraland component. And what Decentraland needs is this part in addition. So here we basically describe the component again. And this way we can tell Decentraland how the component is supposed to look like. So yeah, the documentation is much longer, but we can use this part as a starting point. It's easy to copy paste, and we are going to just add a new component in here. Let's say, let's call it click up.ts. So we want to click on an object and it's supposed to jump up a bit. Okay, so first of all, we want to give it a name. So yeah, I think we can keep the entity mover in here. That's fine, but we want to have this click up. Then we can, yeah, and now we have to make sure that these informations match up. So the class needs to be the class name. The component needs to be the component name. And then we can also put it into a category, and I think custom/movers is fine. And for the properties, I think we don't need any right now. So I'm going to just remove them, but we will come back to them later. So, and to just quickly show you how what has changed, I need to restart Decentraland. And yeah, while we wait for it, so I already have the preview open. It's currently showing nothing. Okay, here we go. So now we can click onto the barrels, and in the components under custom components, under movers, we have the click up. Now this component doesn't do anything right now, so we can save the scene, and yeah, theoretically the preview should show something. Yes. Okay, so now we are in the preview window. The component is on those barrels, but nothing happens right now because we didn't code anything. So next thing to do is we go into the class again. In here we have the init function, which is quite important. So this is called by Decentraland after the properties are set. So if you have some properties in here, you can refer to them in the init function. So in here we want to set the another component, so entity entity.add component, and we actually do want to add a new pointer down component. And yeah, so GitHub Copilot is helping me a lot here. So we actually want to get the transform component from the entity now and set the position a bit up. So the Y coordinate should just be added with 1. So this means the entity now gets another component, which will register the click event, and then we move the transform of that entity up. Now let's test it again. We can already see these barrels are now interactable, and when I click on it, they do move up. So this is quite interesting already. So let's say we don't want to move up 1, but like a variable amount of space. So we can go in here and add a property. So let's give it a public, let's say distance. It's going to be a number and it's initialized by 1. So we just give the distance in here. Yeah, we do need to add this dot distance. And now in the properties, let's also look them up, how this works again. So we do need it's down here. Yeah, so we have the properties. We have a list of properties, and each one needs a name and a type. So for example, height and flow. Okay, no, this is, yeah, so height and number. So we can copy, for example, this part, but the name for us, it's not height, but distance, but the type is number. So this should be fine. Okay, so now we have defined a property called distance of type number. And this is what we also have here. And this is always very important. You need to match this part and this part. So if you have a property in the actual component called distance of type number, you also need to have the property defined in here with the name, distance, and the type number. Also, if you're not sure what type you have to use, there is a complete list of types in here. So most of the time it just adds up. So numbers, yeah, the property number is TypeScript type, number, and so on. There are some exceptions. So for example, the capitalization of this year changes, also asset models, but we are not going to use them for this session unless you want to, or you ask a specific question about it. Okay, so we have now set up the property, and with a with the property, so we do need to restart Decentraland again, but it shouldn't take long. Okay, and now we can add the click up again, and now we do see the distance appearing in here. So let's give it maybe 0.5 as a distance. Let's save and let's test it again. Yeah, here we go. And now the barrels only move up 0.5. Yeah, okay, so this is basically how you do custom components. But now you might ask, why do we even bother doing this? Wouldn't it be much easier to just go into the code and do it directly? Why do we even bother with a custom component? And the reason is quite simple. So let's say we don't want to just have the barrels move up, but also this throw. We can just go in here, add component, movers, click up, and for example, put a 0.2 in here. And let's also say we do want to have, yeah, okay, so we do also want to have one of those cans. It's starting off up here, but we do want to move it down. We can also do this. Custom components, movers, click up, and just give it a negative number. And let's hit save. We add, yeah, okay, now it's loading. This still moves up. This also moves up now, but in smaller increments. And now this does in fact move down when you click it. And that way you can make a component and have it and use it in very many different ways. So for example, you can make one door component and just give this door component to every door in your scene. You can make one interaction component and have many interactions in your scene. You can make one, I don't know, whatever component and just use it many, many more times. And that is the big power of custom components. And this is one of the 3 possibilities for your hackathon. So the first task or the first possible task for you would be create a cool custom component or something very useful. Yeah, that's for the custom component part. Thank you. I don't know. Let's see, Gabriel or Oswald, do you want to continue?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Okay, yeah, sure. Continue.
Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, so this is the Metaverse Explorer. That is an application in development on the hub. This application aims to facilitate the search of information that involves the Metaverse supported by the hub. We currently support Sandbox, Decentraland, Fluff World, some new space, Earthside, and Crypto Voxels. Currently, we are working with Sandbox, Decentraland, and some new space to integrate a interactive map on our application that lets you explore each map and retrieve some data for each land, such as sorry, Sandbox is not working, but you could get, for example, a listed land from OpenSea, if it's listed or not. You can filter the well, you will have some filters such as a break price, that is a price generated by an artificial intelligence model provided by the hub. So this model gives you like a kind of price based on some like the position of land and its context on the land on the map, and you get a predicted price by the AI. So you, for example, have the listing price, an estimated price that is what we think this parcel is valuable to, and that's it. You could have a lot of data from one land that could be retrieved from the hub services, and we have documentation here that you could test and see what is useful for you. Here you can, for example, get data from a specific land with the X or Y coordinate. You have a from parameter where you can say like from like what quantity of lands you want to retrieve from these coordinates, and size is like you put, for example, 5, and it will give you 5 lines from these coordinates. You can also have a land from its token ID. Same here. You have a global data that will give you global data for a specific metaverse, and you have performance that well, this is mostly for performance things on the backend, but I think you won't have to use this. But the main things is and these two, like the global data will give you the metaverse global data, and this map route that will give you information for a land or some or a group of lands from a coordinate. That will be it.
Okay. Swallow, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if there's anything you want to share also.
Okay. Let me share my screen. My prayer is the avatar generator. We actually have a better name, but yeah. Avatar Hub is the main name right now, but yeah. Let me show you the links first. And I'll share my screen.
I didn't get you, Swallow. Are you there? So I don't know if anyone has a question. Oswaldo, please, is it possible for you to, I don't know, present your session? I guess we were off then. I paused for a while because we're not connected.
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
Okay, I said when we were trying to connect, I paused the session, but I guess I didn't record what you presented just now. So I don't know if you can just go back so we can record. I'm sorry about that.
And let me reopen the last link, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Share the screen now. Okay. Let me know if I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, so yeah, sure, I can see it. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's recording. Yeah. Thank you.
And so yeah, the main project I was working on is the avatar generator. We call it the Avatar Hub right now. Yeah, the name is still a work in progress, I guess. The main focus of the project was create avatars for Decentraland. And the idea was our clients will allow different people to create wearables for the campaigns. We call the campaigns, which are the main goal of this avatar generation campaigns. Yeah, this is an example of one of such campaigns. Is a client that is trying to create wearables for football in this case, and the idea of the avatar generator in this case is changing different features. The client is allowed to define what different features the avatar will have. In this case, I think it has pants, shoes, shirts, and head, etc. That depends on what the user allows to change. And the main goal of the avatar generator is create these campaigns with a goal in mind. Yeah. In this case, it's Decentraland, so they try to fulfill every requirement Decentraland has, being for wearables, being for the skins, one of the parts from the avatar. And by changing these features, we can create a different avatar. But along the way, we noticed that we can create avatars for any metaverse we want. In this case, the avatar generator allows the creation of avatars of any kind with the goal in mind. In this case, the idea of the goal is whichever metaverse you want to create the avatars for, you need to, of course, fulfill the vertices requirements, the amount of textures, the weight of this GLB file that we export. So you need to have those goals in mind. But as you can see, we can create any kind of avatar we want. And by switching and changing these different features that the user can allow whatever customer to change, we can create different avatars. The idea of this application is allow different sources of wearables, different users, different creators, different metaverses, all of those kinds of like configurations, I would say, allow those to be fulfilling just one application and allow the users to just export to any kind of metaverse they want. Yeah, that thing that's the main goal, and I explained everything I can by now. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much for that. So I don't know, does anyone in the audience have a question for Gabriel, Oswald? Please, if you have a question, do we get access to the source code of the avatar generator? Somebody just asked that.
Right now, the source code is closed. It's private, but I think Lubna has a better answer for that. I don't know if she's here.
Yeah, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, so the question is, do we get access to the source code of the avatar generator?
So Avatar Hub and with Metaverse Explorer, they need to send an email. So everything is written on the post as well. They need to send an email to me, and I will be able to provide them access to it. But yeah,
Okay,
one person can only get access to one particular thing. Because there was someone who there were 2-3 participants who mailed me with access to both of them. But yeah, to what they're working, they'll only be getting access to that particular thing.
so yes, on the platform, you can go to
Sorry.
They can go to the techFiesta platform. Our email is there.
Yeah.
Just as submission requirements, you will need access to the Avatar Hub and the Explorer. Please write an email to lubna.matswala@thedac.info. So just go to the platform and you would be able to access this information. Just shoot her an email, and I'm sure she'll be able to answer you. So any other question before we kind of close the session? I have all the links that have been shared here. I'll be sending them to the Discord server, the resource channel. So you can always head to the Discord server to check that out. Or maybe on the Telegram channel also. Please, any other question? Okay, so Lou, I can hear you. Please go on.
Yeah, okay, so my question is it possible for us to get access to both the Avatar Hub and the Explorer in case we're planning to attempt both of these problems?
Yes, you can. On the landing page, the information is there. You
Yeah,
will need
actually,
access.
Tolu, you will only be getting access to one particular thing at the moment, as these are not open source. We won't be able to provide access to both of them. What project are you working on, or what tool are you working on? We'll only be able to share you access for that particular tool. So it depends on you. You want to either pick Avatar Hub or Avatar Generator or Metaverse Explorer. So it depends on you. You can send a mail to me, and we'll provide access to it.
Okay, so Tolu, maybe this is a time to talk about projects you are building, so she can know what is quite appropriate for you.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of research to determine that both of the problems seem interesting to me. That's why I would wanted to have access to both of them so I could try with my team and see which one eventually we might do both of them or we might just do one. But if it's not possible, then I guess we'll just have to choose one. I think I would go with the Avatar Hub.
Cool, then you can pop a mail to me and we'll share the access soon.
All right, then, no problem.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Any other question? Okay, if there are no other questions, any final words from Gabriel, or Suad, if you have another on Jonathan, any other last words from you guys to the participants, so we can finish the session.
Yeah, sure. So I am very happy that you are doing this. I hope you have a little bit of fun even trying to attempt these tasks and these 3 different ways to participate in the hackathon. And yeah, I hope you, as I said, you have fun and something nice will happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Also, you could go next.
Thank you for inviting me in this hackathon. I think showing our project is amazing so people can see what we are doing. and I hope interest catch up and we can do better work as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. And also, Gabriel.
Thank you so much. I also like to share with you what we are making on the hub, for the hub, mostly for Metaverse. Thank you so much.
So yeah, thank you very, very much, guys, for showing up. And it is important for me to say that the hackathon submission deadline is October 19th of this month, and the announcement, I mean the end date of the hackathon is on November 11th. So November 11th will be the day that winners are announced. So the submission deadline is different from the end date. Submission deadline is that's the last day for submission. Between the submission deadline and the end date is the time for checking out the project and deciding the project that's going to be the winner. So guys, please stick to the timeline. If you have any other question, I'm sure all of the technical teams are in the Telegram channel. If they are not, I'm going to be forwarding the Telegram link to them so they can be. You can always tag them and ask your questions. So thank you everyone for showing up for the technical session today. I still remain Emmanuel, developer advocate for techFiesta. So have a lovely hacking. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.